Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Mike here at Game From Scratch, and today we are talking about the Unity game engine, specifically integrating Havoc physics inside of the Unity game engine. Now this is one of those things that was discussed back at GDC 2019, but it was just released in preview package form. So take that preview word, don't use this in production, but today we're going to look at what it's all about, how to get up and going, and all of that stuff. But first let's talk about what Havoc itself is. If you've played a AAA game in the last 10 years, you've probably experienced Havoc. It's the physics system used by many, if not most, AAA titles out there. So when you run into a brick wall and the bricks go flying everywhere, that's Havoc. It's actually owned by Microsoft. It supports Unreal Engine and Unity, but what you're probably most interested in is what it powers. And powered by Havoc includes quite a few lists. So as you can see, here is a kind of a collection in very large font of some of the key titles that use Havoc, and you're seeing things like Uncharted, Wolfenstein, the Spider-Man game that everyone absolutely loves, Forza, Injustice, you name it, it supports the Havoc physics engine. It's a Call of Duty system, Assassin's Creed, so it is a very popular system. And as I mentioned, on the Unity blog, you can find more details. Of course, I will link in all the stuff in the article down below. Is what you can see, the package is out there. The cool thing about Havoc's physics is it's a back end. So it's going to be the data used to feed the physics system is the exact same data that you use to feed the Unity physics system. So it's all the same thing. So you can switch between the two very easily. And that's what I'm going to show you in just a few seconds. On top of that, there's also visualization and debugging tools. I'll show you how to get those up and running. We're not going to jump into using them, but I will show you how you get them started. Now that Visual Debugger has the ability to pause and scrub through previous interactions in the simulation, examine performance statistics, view the colliders that make up rigid bodies, view the joints and contacts between bodies, visualize motion paths, see the deactivation status of dynamic bodies, see a heat map of simulation to pinpoint expensive areas, and interact with the physics simulation directly. So basically it gives you just additional insight into how your physics simulation is being calculated, and you connect to it over HTTP. So again, I will show you how that works. Now, as I mentioned earlier on, it's one data format, so switching between the physics systems on the back end is very, very easy. Now, the question you may be asking yourself is like, okay, why? Why would I choose Havoc physics instead of the built-in Unity physics? And we get that from the Havoc physics documentation. You will see here higher simulation performance. It's a stateful engine which makes it more performant than Unity physics for scenes with significant numbers of rigid bodies due to automatic sleeping of inactive rigid bodies and other advanced caching techniques, typically 2 or more times faster. Higher simulation quality, and again, the profiling and debugging we talked about. So if you want faster, high quality simulations, that's kind of things that everybody wants, to be honest, well then you probably want to go ahead and use Havoc. So if you want to get started, it is a dot space project, and considering that there are 4 people on this world that currently know how to create dot space projects, we're going to start with one of the Unity built-in ones instead. Again, I will link this down below, but we'll just go ahead, we'll clone this guy out, so copy that guy out there. I'm assuming you have GitHub already installed, and then just go ahead into a folder somewhere and do a git clone. I don't think you need to do a recursive clone, but it never hurts. And clone that guy out. This will take a few seconds. It's a fairly big repository, I think. So I'll just pause this and get back to you when it's done. There we go. So 140 megabytes, not that bad. Once you've got that up and going, head on over to your Unity hub, do an add, like so, and then we will go to, I want C drive, like you, temp, and there is our new project. Just open that guy up. I believe it's I think it's that one you want to open. So we'll select folder, it comes in, you'll notice it is for a different version. Now this is a key thing to point out. You do need to be using Unity 2019.1 or newer to make this work. I'm using 2019.2 in this case, so you are going to have to do a conversion. And we'll open that up and we'll say, yep, go ahead with that conversion. And as you all know, this process can take a bit of time, although there is a new asset builder coming in a future version, so hopefully this part will all get quicker. But I'm just going to pause this until it is loaded. Okay, so it is finally loaded. Now what we actually loaded here was a Unity dots example for physics. So this has actually nothing to do with Havoc as of yet, but we'll show you how to get around that in just a sec. So we got a number of demos. I'll open up the simple Hello World demo right here, and we'll press play. And sometimes this can be a little slow, and I don't actually know why it's so incredibly slow, but again, this is preview stuff, so who knows. But I press play, and I wait, and I wait, and I wait, and I'll wait some more. and then eventually it is going to do something. But I'm still waiting. So like I said, I don't know why this physics stuff is so slow, but there you see the end result. So all of the words from the hello world drop down, and there are a number of different examples here. So there's both demos and then there's tests. The one that they're using in their actual blog is this pyramids test. So we'll go ahead and load it up. It's basically just a collection of shapes. They're dynamically created, so they're not actually shown here until you hit play. And once again, I don't know what's up with their physics stuff, but for some reason, the play process is very, very slow. But there you see the physics in action. You got total normal camera controls, and then you can use your mouse to kind of manipulate objects in the scene, like so. So you can play around, and you've got nice, cool physics going on. Now this right now, like I said, is just using the new Unity physics built for the dot system. So we're not using Havoc as of yet, and this would be kind of a dumb video if I did not show you how to use the Havoc stuff, wouldn't it? All right, so what we need to do, first off, shut that down. So you come here, look in the scene, and we'll expand that out, and you will notice we have this physics setting category over here. We'll select that one, and head on over to Inspector. And you will notice right here, physics step authoring. What we need to do if we want to switch out the physics system is go from Unity physics, just switch that over to Havoc physics, and you are good to go. Now the problem that I need to make sure of, and I haven't actually done this yet, is we also want to go to the package manager and make sure that Havoc is installed. So what you do, load up all of your packages, give it a couple seconds to let it finish loading the packages. Make sure that you have advanced set to show preview packages. Head on down to the bottom. So let's scroll. There we go. Havoc physics and install. Now it is kind of annoying that they actually show you the option to set it to Havoc physics, but they don't actually have Havoc physics enabled. So you do have to set up the package, and this will take. This one actually is a little bit slower too. I don't know, there's something about physics just across the board, or it might be dots, but it just causes everything to seemingly be a little bit slower at this point in time. Welcome to the world of previews, I guess. So we'll let this run, we'll let it import all of finish its installation process, so I'm going to pause and be right back. Okay, this install button is not looking really encouraging, but it is installed, so it should be, maybe it's still loading something, but it is in there, so yeah, it's still doing something. So I'll pause and be right back. All right, there we go. So now it is in. We can remove it. Don't want to. We want to actually go ahead and use it. But now we've installed our package. We are good to go. So now it's the exact same thing. We switched over to the Havoc physics engine. We press play. We wait, and we wait, and we wait, and we wait. And guess what else we do? We also wait. But after some time, it will show us the exact same scene we saw before using the Unity physics. Yeah, this will only work. This is a trial version, only runs until January the 15th, 2020. After trial, native plugin will no longer function. You'll need to go get the newer package after the trial ends. Just be aware of that. So there we are. But you will notice it is actually a lot faster than what was going on with that. It doesn't load much faster, but the initial interaction is actually pretty much immediate, whereas there was a little bit of sluggishness when I first started interacting with the physics system when I was using the Unity physics. So really, that's all you need to do. You go into the physics setup, physics step authoring. You switch over to the Havoc physics, but we are not quite done here. You will actually notice if you come up to Window and you go into Analysis, now that you've got Havoc installed, you will have the Havoc Visual Debugger, and we can open that guy up. So this is actually a standalone program that's about to run, and as I mentioned earlier on, this allows you to communicate using HTTP to debug your physics system. There we go. Here it is. So, yep, need to allow it through the firewall. Yep. All right, so here we are. We are in the Havoc Visual Debugger. Now, first thing you're going to need to do is connect, and you pick where and then the port. But you notice I'm connecting and failing, connecting and failing, connecting and failing. Well, there's a problem here. So let me just turn off auto connect, and let's head on back over here. Now, the thing is, you have to do a little bit of setup before you can make things work. So go ahead, add component, and then we will go down to dots. We will go to physics, and we will add a Havoc physics configuration. That's all you need to do. So basically, you add that component to your physics settings component, and then what you want to do is go down to the Visual Debugger section, and you turn it on. And then you're going to want to make sure that this port, you're using 25,001, So I'm going to go ahead and hit play here. So now that we have the Visual Debugger turned on, and this will run eventually, then we're going to head back on over here. So we got 25,001. Let me make sure that we're loaded. All right, we're loaded. Now let us connect. And there you see our physics system. And so you can remotely debug. You've got all kinds of things. You've got control over the camera to use. You've got all the different objects. So if you want to view a heat map, you can turn heat mapping on, the rigid bodies. You can have it view all the various different rigid bodies in your scene. So you can get a lot of fine-tuned control over the actual scene itself. And I unfortunately don't know what I want to turn back off there. So I will leave everything as it is. Right mouse button does your pan. You can use your WASD keys to navigate just like you're normally used to. Head on back over here, and then let me just start some physics up. So there we go. And then we'll head back here. You'll see the physics operating. But what I can do is I can do a rewind, and then we can sort of watch the physics actions occur. So you can use this to, debug what's going on in your world, what the physics in action are. And that is where the Visual Debugger comes in. You got logs, you got diagnostics. You can really drill down into the details of it. We have the inspector, so we can jump in and look at, again, the specific things that we are looking at. So it's a deeper look into what's going on with the physics. So that is the Havok Visual Debugger. Now, when it is running, it really messes with Unity in the back end. So when you're not debugging your physics, disconnect it, and then you're back here, and you are off to the races. So that is kind of, well, all of it, to be honest. So there is your Havok configuration there. That's what you need to do. So you basically just come into your physics settings. First off, again, make sure the package is enabled using Package Manager. Then you come into the physics settings of your project, and then you go make sure that it has a physics step authoring attached to it, and change that out to the Havok physics engine. Add your Havok configuration there, and enable visual debugging. Is of course if you want visual debugging, and that is it. No idea what Havok is ultimately going to cost at the end of the day. It is a commercial package, so that is kind of the biggest downside there. You're only going to want to pay for it if you want whatever is provided beyond the whole Unity physics. So if Unity physics is good enough for you and you don't need the debugger and you don't need the higher fidelity or the higher performance, it may not be worth it for you. I don't have those details yet. But that is the new physics integration inside of Unity. It's cool that they all use the same data structure. So this whole process, that all of this stuff is standardized, so you could have multiple different backends. So you could have a bullet backend potentially, or other physics systems come up, and they all work off the same basic universal data that's being passed in by Unity. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, that is it. That is Unity using the new Havok physics, again, available as a preview package. Let me know what you think of it. Let me know what you think of Havok physics in general. Generally, it's there's a reason why it's used in so many AAA style games. So it's a good integration. Again, I don't like this performance stuff. I have no idea why it takes so long to fire up games. And this is tested off 3 different computers. So again, I don't know if this is dots, if this is physics, or what, but that slow-ass load-up time is very irritating. But otherwise, this is looking really encouraging and really cool. And let me know what you think in the comments down below. All right, talk to you all later. Goodbye.